So today I'm going to show you how to complete your levels on Pathways. So let's get started. So I'm going to open up my browser and I'm going to visit Toastmasters.org. So this is the Toastmasters International website. So once we get over here, what you're going to do is you're going to click on Pathways. So once you click on Pathways, it'll have a drop-down menu. And from here, you click on Go to Basecamp. So you click on Go to Basecamp. And from here, in order to access your progress for your speeches, you click on Go to Basecamp. So you click on Go to Basecamp. And right here, this is like your main homepage. This is like your portal. This is where you get to see the progress that you're making on Pathways, all of those lovely things. So as you can see, underneath Paths and Learning, right, there is something that is called motivational strategies. So this is the pathway that I've chosen. So of course there's 11 different pathways and your one might be different from mine. So for motivational strategies, I'm going to click on Open Curriculum. So we click on that. And as you can see here, it shows with this little circle and a percentage as to how far along are you in your pathway. So for me, I'm nearly done with my pathway, right? But let's just go back to level 1, okay? So if you're watching this right now, you might be on level 1. And as you can see, there are tick marks or check marks right next to each little speech, right? So for example, like the first speech that you ever do in Toastmasters is called the icebreaker speech. So you're introducing yourself to the club. So what we would do here is that once you have completed your speech, you're going to click on Launch. Also, I just want to correct that. Even before you speak, you can actually click on this to go and check out some resources that Toastmasters International will give you in order to assist you in creating your speech. So let's click on Launch. And by the way, if this page takes a while to load, that's normal for this particular page. So I'm just going to give it some time. Right, so let's just take it back to the beginning because what you will see is probably this as the first page for your icebreaker thing, right? So this is the navigation. It tells you how to navigate around it and all of that. So what we do is we click on forward or the right arrow. We click on the right arrow and it gives you an introduction as to what the whole icebreaker speech is about. It also helps you with, formulating your speech too. You can even print your projects if you like as well. So let's click on the right arrow. And as you can see over here, before you do a speech, what they would like for you to do is to assess your skills of how confident do you feel in terms of different things. So for example, the question is, I am confident and calm when speaking in front of groups. So 1 represents that you're not confident at all. 5 represents that you're completely confident, right? So let's just click on, any numbers, right? So we click on 4, then we click next, 3. I'm just doing this for example purposes. So then remember that this is something that you have to do in order for you to complete your level on Pathways. So we just keep clicking forward. And the last question. And do you see when it came to the last question and I clicked 4, I can't click next, but I can click submit. So what I want you to do is click on submit, right? And it gives you the feedback and it acknowledges that you've completed your assessing your skills before the speech. So you can X out of that. And now you can keep on going forward. And what's so wonderful is that they've even created these different videos for you to help you out and give you some tips on how to really master your speeches. So let's keep clicking forward. Right, and then then this is like after your speech, what's required. And of course you can click next over here to see what they say. Then we keep clicking forward, right? And then now it's after your speech. Now you're going to evaluate yourself afterwards. And remember how I spoke about, those skills where you had to assess yourself before? Most likely you will see assess your skills after, which I don't think it's showing here because I've completed it. And then you have to assess your skills afterwards for it to, for you to officially complete this speech, right? And so there, I have completed that. I assessed my skills afterwards. So then once we're done there and we keep on clicking forward and now we're at the very end, it says, congratulations, you have completed this project. So then what you can do is you can click out of this. So you bring that down and we're back to the main page. And now what you would have noticed on your side is that there will be a tick mark or a check mark next to the icebreaker speech because now you have completed it. So now I just want to move it on to how to complete your levels, to complete these specific levels in your pathway. So I'm going to go to level 5 since I have not completed it yet, right? So as you can see, when you get to the higher levels, there's also elective projects that you can choose also. For example, I have already completed my team building project, and exactly the same way what we did in level 1 with launching it and clicking through it, that's exactly what you do on this level 2. Now for the elective projects, right, I'm going to click on view details. And here are a whole bunch of different elective projects that I can choose from. Now, I recently selected Prepare to Speak Professionally. This is a project that I would like to do, or a speech that I'd like to do, right? So do you notice how this one says launch, but all of these ones say activate, right? So the reason why that is because I've already clicked on this before. So before I clicked on Prepare to Speak Professionally, the button was shown as activate, right? And once you click activate, the button changes to launch. So I'm going to click on this, launch, right? And now remember how the same thing would happen with the icebreaker speech in level 1, where they have the intro and they take you through all of the different things of what the speech is about. They give you resources, a project checklist. And then remember how I spoke about assessing your skills before. So I'm just going to click any numbers just to show you how it all works and how to officially complete your level on Pathway. So I'm just gonna click forward. Remember that it is important for you to do this and click through these assessment skills for Toastmasters to recognize in the system that you have completed this speech. So I have completed that one. And now I can click submit. It's acknowledged that I've done the feedback, so I can X out of that. And we keep clicking forward. So there's more resources here, tips, advice on how to really nail that speech. You keep clicking forward. And then now you have to assess your skills after you have done your speech, right? So now after you have completed it, how confident do you feel about those same questions that you were asked before your speech, right? So let's just click the numbers. Say that you are really, really confident. So remember again, it's vital that you do this in order for Toastmasters to recognize that you have accomplished this speech, right? Then we click submit. And there's the feedback. It shows you before and after. And then what we do after this is we click forward. And it says, congratulations, you've completed this project. So now it's complete. Now what you do is you X out of this. So you close this tab. You close that tab. And do you see now it displays a tick mark, a check mark next to prepared to speak professionally. So that means I have completed that project. So I'm going to take you back to, so sorry for cutting off over there, but yes, so under the motivational strategies, so remember how we completed the team building, I completed the elective projects, which was prepared to speak professionally, right? And so now let's click on level 5 again, since this is the level that I'm on. And now, since you have completed those, you've completed your mandatory speech for level 5, you have completed your elective project, and now to officially complete that level on your pathway, it says here, level 5 completion, motivational strategies. So what you need to do here in order for you to officially complete this project and for the system or the machine within Toastmasters to recognize that you've completed it, this is how it works. You're going to click on Activate. And do you see how that Activate button has now changed to Launch, right? So now you click on Launch. And what will happen here now is it brings up a page to show you how to complete that level for your pathway, right? So this is the page that comes up, right? So I'm going to go back to that page that we were just on. And do you see that now it has changed to Mark Complete? So this is what you're looking for, right? So then you click on Mark Complete. And there we go. Do you see how this status has now changed to pending completion approval? So what happens from here is you don't have to do anything right now. The VPE, or the Vice President of Education, will then recognize from their side that you have completed this level on your pathway, and they will approve it from their side. And then what will happen is you'll receive a notification or an email from Toastmasters International saying that you have completed your pathway, right? Which is pretty awesome. So this is basically what it would look like when you're done. So here it says level 1 completion, motivational strategies. There will be a certificate once the Vice President of Education has approved it, and you can view this certificate. And yeah, which is pretty cool. So I hope that this made a lot of sense. Here it is right here. This is an example of what it would look like, right? So I hope that this made sense for you. I know that it kind of might have been a little bit long, but I hope that this really helps you. And if you have any sort of questions, you can just let the Exco know. Thank you so much for watching.